I'm Christina Aguayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories. Governor Gavin Newsom is facing backlash over claims he was so poor while growing up he had to eat white bread and macaroni and cheese. However, critics are pointing out that his family was tied to the Getty empire. He went to private schools in rich neighborhoods and was given heavy investments into his business ventures and political career by the Gettys. Newsom feeling the heat after talking about his childhood hardship on the All the Smoke NBA podcast, where he described scraping by on virtually nothing. Critics quick to call the California governor out for allegedly lying to seem more relatable to his audience, pointing to Newsom's well-documented ties to one of San Francisco's wealthiest dynasties. Newsom talked about his early years in San Francisco's Marina District, saying he had to raise himself and struggled financially. He was also mocked for talking in an urban tone, using slang like bro and man throughout the interview. He claims sports, especially basketball, became his escape during his personal and financial turmoil. However, critics point out that even though Newsom's parents divorced, he conveniently glossed over his privileged lineage, didn't mention his silver spoon upbringing, and tried to prove he is a man of the people. But Newsom was born into San Francisco's old money elite. His father, William Newsom III, was a prominent state appeals court judge and longtime administrator of the Getty oil fortune's blind trust, managing billions for the family of Gordon Getty. This connection not only afforded the Newsoms socialite status, but also launched Gavin's career through early business ventures backed by Getty-linked investors. William Newsom's role in the Getty empire put the family at the top of California's power structure, with Gavin himself interning for Gordon Getty as a teen and later co-founding the high-end Plump Jack wine shop with Getty family funding. Despite the divorce, Newsom's elite network, including close childhood friendships with Getty heirs, gave him a safety net far from the ramen noodle existence he says he lived, and allowed him to attend prestigious schools like Redwood High in Marin County. The governor's own wealth, built on wineries, hotels, and political fundraising from those same blue blood circles, is now at more than $30 million. Critics say Newsom's pivot to this folksy poor man persona is pandering, especially as California struggles with record homelessness, soaring costs, and an exodus of middle-class families that he claims to champion, saying it's the classic elite liberal playbook. Preach poverty from a penthouse. Zohran Mamdani's dad said America is the root of all evil and the inspiration for the Nazis, saying Hitler learned genocide from Abraham Lincoln. The socialist mayoral candidate for New York City, who just said that the tragedy that came out of 9/11 was Islamophobia and that his aunt couldn't ride the subway because of it, has a father that demonizes America. Critics who claim Mamdani is a communist are now saying that Mamdani's views match those of his father's, and if elected, New York City will no longer be recognizable.
America is the genesis of what we call settler colonialism. And the American model was exported all around the world. Abraham Lincoln generalized the solution of reservations. They herded American Indians into separate territories. For the Nazis, this was the inspiration. Hitler realized two things. One, that genocide was doable. It is possible to do genocide. That's what Hitler realized. Second thing Hitler realized is that you don't have to have a common citizenship. You can differentiate between people. The Nuremberg laws were patterned after American laws. Anyway, the US put Indians in reservations. The US invented the model.
And real quick, I want to remind you that Medicare costs are set to go up next year. So if you want to save more than $1,000 a year, listen up. Because not only will you be paying more for your deductible and premiums, but some Medicare Advantage plans are disappearing altogether. It can be confusing with so many different plans and options, but I have a quick and easy solution for you. Chapter. I've partnered with Chapter because I believe in what they are doing. They want to help, and they'll do it for free. Just call the number on your screen or go to askchapter.org/Christina. It'll take 20 minutes, and they'll do all the work. Give them a call. It'll be well worth your time. Chapter. Bill Gates has unveiled his global digital ID and digital currency that he says are necessary to grant people access to financial services, healthcare, education, and elections. But critics say that people won't be able to engage in basic societal services if they are deemed non-compliant and will be erased from society. Gates asserts that once digital ID and currency are accepted by all, nothing can or will be done with traditional systems. However, many are warning about the system of digital control that will be managed by Gates, the UN, and the global elite to build what they call the model of the future, with a plan to merge banking, voting, medical, and vaccination records into one digital footprint. Britain has already introduced a mandatory digital ID. In China, people have to scan their faces to buy food or claim their pensions. Governor Gavin Newsom's capital renovation is costing taxpayers $1 billion. And get this, Democrats are refusing to disclose financial details. Democratic lawmakers in the state are keeping the financial records hidden for the long-delayed Capitol Annex project, even though its cost exploded from an initial $500 million estimate in 2018 to as much as $1.6 billion today. Critics are calling the project a palace for politicians that's leaving taxpayers in the dark about how their money is being spent. Democratic leaders in the Joint Legislative Budget Committee, which oversees the build, are refusing public records requests and calls for audits, citing NDAs that don't allow them to reveal the costs, vendor deals, or progress reports. This secrecy has been going on for over 6 years. That's what you need to know. In Dallas, Christina Aguayo.